evening, everybody. Mike Geary here for Geek Pride's Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, The Legend of Our Sacrifice. With me tonight, we have Michael as Tharval.
Good evening, everyone.
Dave as Thomas Moonstar.
Evening all.
Mark as Lance.
Hola.
And Pete as Draken.
Good evening.
Again, we don't have our paladin again. Unfortunately, he's slightly under the weather, so we don't have him. And Danny is still AWOL with child, so we will hopefully have her back shortly.
Shortly, because we're going to need them both very soon.
Yes. Okay, so let me just stick the generic tavern music on that we usually have, and we'll get to this. Okay, Aaliyah, welcome. Okay, so last week we had established we'd done some reading. We'd been to the library and we'd done some reading. In fact, that's where I think we'd pretty much got to. We got some volumes from my spreadsheet. My spreadsheet has disappeared. What was the name of the chap again?
Which one was it? Ali the Alchemist.
Not Ali the Alchemist.
Adrian Grabbin.
That's it, Adrian Grabbin. And you got two more. Volumes of books written by him relating to the potential infection that he was investigating, which you think may be able to help Draken and Tharaval, who seem to have contracted said ailment. So we made our way back to where we all began. In Falcross. We were back in Falcross, the wonderful village of Falcross, and we've already had an encounter with the blacksmith. Again, as seems to be tradition with this group, to pick on the blacksmith. And what else has happened?
Old friends.
Yeah, we've basically we found that Adrian Gribben. Is it Adrian? Oh, whatever his first name was, I can't remember. I'm still trying to find my spreadsheet. Lives in the north of the village. The rest of you have sort of made your way, as Lance has taken himself off to pick on the blacksmith. The rest of you have gone into the Babbling Bat, the place where you all met and this whole thing began. So you're in the Babbling Bat and you've sort of sat down for a few drinks. And I think that's pretty much where we left it off last time, unless chat can tell me otherwise. Yeah, let's go from there. So I'm assuming, Lance, you're making your way back in that direction, or are you doing other things?
No, that's what I'm doing. I'm heading back now. I've had my fun.
Okay, so we'll say you're all in the Babbling Bat again. Go, basically. While I try and find this.
Draken finds a seat that can take his weight and sits down it, because he's been walking the entire route, because really horses are too small for him.
So you don't ride Mule Brenner then?
No, I'd probably crush him given how tall a Dragonborn is. Mule Brenner is there to kind of just carry the stuff.
Mule Brenner's there to carry the stuff. Okay.
As Draken sits down, I will look up and hide a smirk, as I remember the first time I encountered Draken in this very pub, and saw a Dragonborn walk in and approach the fire that I'm sat next to, and think how much times have changed. I don't spot any threats at this point.
I think Draken turned up later on, didn't he? He rocked up afterwards. He didn't turn up until you guys were in the fight.
Okay.
He didn't turn up until you were in the fight, basically. So,
might have been Lance I saw by the fire at first. Then.
Before I tapped the guy gently on the head.
Yes, before the bar fight, which you played some cards,
which you started.
Yeah, and there was. Yes. Where the hell is this bloody spreadsheet? I'm going for that. There it is. There it is. Okay, so Tharval, what are you up to?
I don't know. Sorry, what is currently going on at the minute? I apologize. I'm trying to book or check into my flight at the same time. So
It's all right. Where are you going?
Amsterdam.
Oh, right. Okay. Nice.
So we're in the Babbling Bat.
Yeah, you're just in the Babbling Bat. You've kind of made your way into Falcross again, and you've sort of kind of gone into the Babbling Bat, just for a drink, I guess.
We haven't spoken to anybody. I'm trying to remember. We haven't spoken to anybody about our current ailment or where to locate the person that it is we're looking for. I can't remember his name off the top of my
The
head.
alchemist. You went to you've been to the alchemist, and the alchemist
Oh,
basically said he bought the business off Graben, and he lived in the north, he was living in the north of the village.
I suppose Tharaval's then going to make his way towards the north of the village. We should have a fairly good knowledge of the geography of the.
Yeah. You don't need to you won't get lost or anything. You know it quite well.
So Tharaval stands up and says, "If it all be well with you, I would prefer to investigate these ailments that we this ailment that we have sooner rather than later. If you would like to join, please do."
I forgot to say, actually, your guards are going to be with you as well. So you're going to be followed by
Making an impression.
your sort of your shadows, effectively.
Retinue, huh?
Your retinue. Well, not
Then-
yeah, your guards.
I suppose he sort of gestures to the guards to. Would you like to come with?
Would you like a drink?
Are you asking the guards if they want a drink?
Yes.
Are you asking your guards, or you're asking the ones?
Oh
who
yeah. I'm asking. Draken growls a offer of buying drinks for them.
Do you want to roll persuasion?
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second, please. Oh, my charm. Just not like persuade them, just like being nice to them.
But you're trying to persuade them to drink when they're on duty,
Yeah.
so
Well, no, it's just more a case of like, you don't have to drink alcohol. They can just drink anything they want.
So what did you get there? A
Yeah,
20 on persuasion. Okay. They sort of kind of look at each other as the sort of the captain of the guard is sort of kind of leaving to go off with Tharaval, and they go, yeah, all right, okay. Well, we'll have just one. We'll have one drink.
Jewish, and just get them some drinks in.
Okay.
Not to get them smashed, just to be nice to them. They're on guard duty. They're following me around, so
Okay.
yeah,
So
he's
yeah.
something compensation for traipsing around after me.
Okay, so they get their drink and sort of sheepishly sort of sit down beside you, looking out for the ranking officer, make sure that nothing's, so they don't get in trouble. What?
Busy Draken just says, if you get in trouble, just say I forced you.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe that in a second.
Okay. So is anybody going with Tharaval?
No, I'm
Right.
staying with my books for now. Where's Tharavel? Are you off to see Mr. Grabbin?
Yes, he is.
Right, okay. In that case, I'll go with him for
Woohoo!
sure.
I'll,
For sure.
Faux show.
I'll come along to keep him out of trouble for a change.
And Jack's going to be left alone by himself in a bar. What could possibly go wrong?
Yes, you're in the
With a
bar
gu-
with your
with a guard.
guards. With your guards, yeah.
Okay. Jack just puts his feet up, enjoys the warmth of the fire in his scales, just let a relaxed sigh out and avoids drinking alcohol, drink something else instead because fire and dragon breath is not a good combination.
Got a comment saying chaos incoming. Okay, so you sort of kind of make your way north through the city. You see people sort of, recognizing who you are, and you get a few sort of kind of, hoorays and whoops and things as you're sort of kind of passing through. You have sort of, oh, I'm trying to think actually. Was it Falcross where Casper was from? Or is that one of the other villages?
No, we encountered him shortly after the incident in the chapel where we lost Solden and gained Valishal.
Oh wait, he was in
Just outside Taunt, whatever the village is.
Yes, he was. Let me see what that village was called. That was called. That is not Suncrest. That's it. He's in Suncrest. That's right. I forgot. Okay, so you sort of kind of make your way north. You got some kids sort of kind of running around your feet, gawping at you. General sort of, excitement and things like that. As you sort of kind of start leaving what is the sort of kind of main boundary of the village, you sort of kind of make your way up to this sort of kind of start making your way up this long sort of kind of dirt path towards this sort of old house in the middle of a field. The kids and stuff sort of stop pretty much in the outskirts, and the parents sort of kind of usher them back as you sort of kind of walk off towards the to the house. You see it's not run down. It's got sort of a house. It's got like a garden, and there's lots of sort of herbs and sort of things going on. It's not sort of fully well kept and stuff, but it's sort of, it's not unkempt. The house itself isn't dilapidated. It is sort of, it just sort of looks like it's sort of a slightly sort of kind of run down house, but it does look lived in.
Okay, so I'll put my hands out on Lance and Tharavel's shoulders and ask them to stop. Just survey the house. How does it compare to the sort of hermit's shack that I grew up in?
It's relatively similar. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, relatively similar. Yeah.
So I'll turn to my friends and say this looks remarkably similar to the home of a friend of mine where I grew up. I would say he's not used to visitors. And should we all turn up unannounced, it could cause quite a stir. Suggest, as I know this life and have lived this life, I will approach and see if I can gain any friendliness towards the host. And once I've managed to gain his acceptance of at least myself, I will broach the fact that there are others who need to see him as well.
Worth a try.
Yep. Do you remember the name of your buddy from, the guy who was killed from your backstory, by the way? Do you remember his name?
I think he was just called the Hermit.
The Hermit.
I don't think I ever named him.
Terence Herbert Edward Hermit. Really?
Yes.
Herman the Hermit.
Herman. All right, Herman. Oh, okay, there. Herman the Hermit. Okay, there we go. Okay. So you walk up to the door. I'm assuming you're knocking.
I'll knock, yeah, and then stand respectfully back.
So you knock on the door, and nothing happens.
Okay. Can I get a sense for if there's anyone at home?
Roll me perception.
I know fuck all.
No. Does anybody else want to roll perception as he's knocked on the door?
Okay.
Okay. Tharaval, you notice sort of like at the corner of one of the windows movement. You notice there is somebody in the house.
So, like, is Thomas within sort of
Shouting range and
assuming
stuff, yeah, you can talk to him, yeah.
So basically, Tharaval, he doesn't sort of shout or cough. You know, he just tries to get his attention, and he gestures towards one of the windows. That he's seen movement there.
Roll me insight, Thomas. Let's see if you understand what he's sort of pointing at and stuff. Okay, yeah. So you grasp what he's saying and stuff. So he's basically, pointing the window. You see movement and stuff. So there's somebody in there.
Okay. I'll step up to the door, knock firmly, and call out, "Dr. Grabbin, I have need of your help. If you would see me, please."
I don't want any visitors, thank you very much. I don't want to buy anything. You can leave now, please.
I'm not selling. I am in fact in need of your help. I fear that my friends have fallen to an affliction that you may be familiar with.
You sort of hear this sort of kind of fumbling around, and then sort of like latches on the door opening, and it's like, what sort of affliction do you speak of?
I speak of the affliction that you have written down in several volumes of your tales. Of the infestation of a tadpole or worm-like creature that is slowly poisoning my friends' brains and turning them into something that we would rather they not turn into.
Where did you find out about this?
Initially in the library in Taunt. I then heard word of your travels to Falkross, and that we've met the alchemist who runs the store that you once run, that you sold to him some years ago.
Yes, the alchemist. So he had my book. Said he didn't, little bugger. I'm assuming you have them now.
He lent them to me in good faith.
Yes.
I have them with me.
Well, they're my books. Can I have them, please?
Will you help us?
Roll me persuasion.
Oh dear.
No. Look, they're my books. I must have them back, please. Thank you very much.
Well, if you won't help us, I would at least ask that I hold on to them until I can get the knowledge from them that I can help my friends, and then I promise I will return them to you.
Roll me persuasion again.
Come on.
Okay. And he's like, no, I must insist. You'll provide me with these books. They're mine. It's my property. The bloody alchemist stole them from me. Give them back.
I promise I have no desire to get between you and your property. The alchemist told me that you left him them books when you sold him the stall.
No, I didn't give them to him. I lost them. I said if he found them when I left, because I was in a bloody hurry, if I left, that he would bring them back and then say he could bloody have them.
I see. However, there is knowledge in there that is useful to me, and at least knowledge that you have that is useful. We would be happy to compensate you for your time or any effort that is involved in helping my friends.
He sort of like he sort of kind of has this sort of kind of little sort of side glance, and he says, what sort of compensation?
Well, initially we could offer you money, unless there's anything you would prefer in exchange for your help.
Funny you might mention that, actually. Okay. You can come in, but leave those men outside. I don't want them traipsing through my house.
Okay, so I'll turn to Lance and Tharavol, gesture a sort of wait here at them, and then follow Adrian inside.
Yeah. So, you mentioned that your friends have some sort of affliction. What sort of affliction is this?
It would appear that they have been infected by a parasite that is slowly poisoning their brain and turning them against themselves and their friends, including myself. It all came from when we learned of the cult of Slakrathel that is risen in these lands, and we have been trying to combat it.
He as soon as you sort of say the name, he looks quite taken back and shocked. It's like, they're black. They're bloody black. Your friends who are infected, where are they now?
One is outside, and one is in the inn in town.
Oh my god. Now, get the one who's outside in here, and find the one in the bar and bring him back here, quickly.
Thank you. I'll lean out the door, call Tharavol in, and shout to Lance to go fetch Draken immediately.
That cheers then.
Tharavol walks towards the house, obviously with guards in tow.
He says, look, those guards can stay outside. I don't want them busying around and messing up my stuff.
I will step out and talk to the guards and explain the situation to them, and that clearly Tharavol is going nowhere while he's in the care of this doctor, and that he will be out in due course.
Roll me persuasion.
Another one? Oh, I can't have 3 crap rolls in a row, can I?
Somebody else can help you if you want
Can
to.
I?
Yeah.
Can I?
The guards are like, I'm sorry, sir. We were told to follow them at all times, and that includes in all premises. We're sorry. We appreciate your standing, but those are orders.
Tharavol turns to the guards and says, "There, gentlemen, if you wish to, this man needs to help us with our ailment, and therefore, to do so, once he has done so, you will not need to guard us. May I suggest that you at least surround the house, cover all exits, and have a couple of your men watch through the windows so you do not lose sight of me. I am not going to go anywhere."
Roll me persuasion.
And I lean round Tharavol and say, respectfully, please.
Oh, balls.
Oh, I'll give you advantage. Because you've got others around you. Okay, so they sort of the commander sort of kind of nods his head, and then sort of kind of sort of points over to his soldiers who start to sort of kind of put a perimeter around the house with a couple of guards on the door itself. Who's going off to find Draken?
Lance is
going off into the bar, off to sort of the babbling back to sort of try and get Draken. Okay, Draken, you have had a few drinks with the soldiers. They're sort of, asking you questions about, you know, the battles you've been in, sort of asking you stuff about Silkside and the Falcross Bridge and all the other stuff that you sort of kind of done. You know, their commander's not there, and they're sort of kind of being a bit more sort of kind of relaxed about the whole thing.
Yeah, just Draken happily answers their questions and just, engages with them and just encourages familiarity. Does his bit for Dragonkind diplomacy.
Okay. Roll me perception.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Yeah. You don't see anything. I'm not gonna hit you with anything
I've
major.
got danger sense.
But you have to be in. What does danger sense do? Do you have to be in a certain state to be in danger sense?
You gain an uncanny sense of when things nearby aren't as they should be, giving you an edge when you dodge away from danger. Oh,
No.
Right, okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
you're not dodging anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So you are as you are. The guards are sort of get another round of drinks in, and they offer you sort of kind of one in return for the ones that you sort of
Racken just counsels them politely, like, your commander is not here, but he will see the consequences. Are you sure this is a wise thing? I do not wish you to be getting into any untoward issues with your officers.
The sort of kind of their corporal it's all right. You know, you've done so much for us, and we feel guilty having to sort of traipse around after you. You know, in the end, you saved us. We just want to repay you back. You know, you don't have to sort of.
Racken just holds up his hands. I do what I have to do. I do not seek payment. I do not seek glory. I just do what I have to do.
Well, have a drink with us, Dragonborn.
But remember, I do not wish to get into trouble with your commander.
Okay. So they offer you the drink. Are you going to drink it?
Yep.
Okay. So they sort of go to Draken and the heroes of Falcross Bridge and Silkside. Hooray! And the rest of the bar sort of kind of hoorays as well, as you sort of kind of you neck your drinks. Okay. Roll me Constitution.
I knew I was going to come into it.
Okay, you start feeling odd. You start feeling slightly, you know, slightly squiffy. You don't get drunk very easily, but you're feeling somewhat. You're feeling somewhat drunk, and you sort of kind of notice that the guards around you are starting to pass out.
Okay, Draken just concentrates on, trying to get him essentially burn through the alcohol if he can. Well, he breathes fire. Could he just use some of his internal combustion to kind of basically literally burn some of the alcohol out of his system?
I don't know how it works with Dragonborn and anatomy and stuff.
We're talking about Dragonborn physiology, exactly. This is one of the reasons why he avoids alcohol. But yeah, Draken just tries to shake it off and just.
Okay, so you're trying your best. Roll me another Constitution.
Would rage help?
Would what?
Just get rage help because
rage is your answer to everything. Can I rage?
Barbarian, what do you expect?
Can I rage at it? Can I rage at it? Roll me another Constitution.
Okay.
Okay. You sort of manage to sort of kind of compose yourself. You're still feeling slightly unwell, slightly sort of like there's something trying to
quite
get
right.
you to sort of kind of sleep. But you are aware of your sort of surroundings. You notice that the sort of kind of soldiers surrounding you have sort of the soldiers surrounding you are passing out.
So it sounds like they're something stronger than just alcohol.
Possibly.
Okay, Draken looks around to look at anyone that can pay undue attention to them.
The barkeep comes up to you and says, "Oh, looks like you boys, they can't hold their booze. So there's only their second drink as well. God, hope you can look after them, Dragonborn. You know, don't want them throwing up in my establishment."
They'll be fine. Draken's looking around. Something's not quite right here. He doesn't know what it is. So it's unsettled him somewhat. So he's getting a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Prickled.
You roll me perception at disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You're not. You're still slightly groggy. You're not really sort of kind of, you know, you've noticed sort of, you know, the sort of the barman come over to you, the sort of kind of landlord come over to you and sort of talk to you. You could see a few other people sort of kind of looking at you strangely, but nothing.
Do we still have the sending stones with us?
Who had the sending stones? We always say this. I'm not sure where who has which sending stone.
I spend a point of inspiration to say I have it. I have one of them, and Lance has the other. Would that be fair?
Well, he's Lance. You know, without knowing this, Lance is coming to get you anyway. So.
Yeah, but Jacken does not know this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can have the sending stone if you. I don't see why not. Yeah.
So I spend points for inspiration.
Yes, use your inspiration point. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to send a message to Lance saying something wrong at the bar. Guards have been drugged. Me too, possibly. Come quick.
Okay. You sort of so Lance, you sort of make your way to the bar. You roll me another Constitution, Dragon.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. You're still sort of awake and the sort of kind of aware, but you're slowly going under. Lance, you sort of make your way to the Babbling Bat hurriedly. As you sort of kind of walk in, you roll me a perception.
1 sec.
You notice, you obviously notice that the soldiers are sort of kind of unconscious in the chairs. By sort of Draken, you see Draken sort of standing up and looking really, you know, for his all intents and purposes, drunk, and looking slightly sort of around himself, trying to figure out what's going on. You notice a few sort of the punters and stuff sort of laughing at what they think is just a drunk Dragonborn being drunk. You also notice a serving girl looking somewhat concerned.
I'm going to stride over very quickly to grab her.
So you're just going over to the you're not going to Draken, you're going to the girl.
I'm going to the girl because Draken's holding his own for the time being, and I don't want her slipping off while I take my eyes off her.
Okay. You sort of advance towards her. She goes to flee. Roll me a dex to see if you grab her or not.
We have Valishal with us, by the way. in the bar.
Yeah, Val will be with you. Yeah, so wherever. I'm not sure.
He's got his funky ability to
purge poisons. Yeah.
Yeah, instantly sober someone up, as it were.
Yeah. Okay. We can do that then. If Val would probably sort of, I purge Draken of his sickness. You start to sort of kind of.
Shake.
Blue. You sort of kind of start to ooze black liquid and stuff from your eyes slightly, and your mouth as the toxins get sort of kind of extracted from your body as he holds his hand over your head, to sort of get out as you sort of that pain and sort of nauseous feeling starts to subside.
Yeah, Draken spits it out and just growls at Valishal.
Yeah, Val sort of kind of goes down to sort of try and help the guards. Yeah, help the guards.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Draken see Lance going after that serving wench.
Yeah, so Lance sort of misses her. He misses her.
Do I not get advantage then?
Well, she's seeing you coming, so it's not like, if you'd sort of you're just striding towards her, it's not inconspicuous or anything. It's just sort of like she's seen you coming, and unless you can give me another reason why you would be able to sort of get advantage on the dexterity.
Yeah, that sucked. I'll not worry about that entirely. I was hoping I could intimidate her into standing still.
Yeah,
she
bolts into the back. She bolts into the back room.
Draken.
I'm going to try and nail the door with the flail before she can get through it.
Okay. Roll me a. That's a fail on a 13. I'm gonna.
I was gonna say, could Draken, given that she assumed Draken was incapacitated or at least unaware what was going, could Draken surprise her by just making a grab for her?
I'd say you can give me a dex to jump over the bar.
Yeah.
And then a dex to grab her before she flees. So give me your first dex.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, fine. You sort of kind of, clumsily sort of jump over the bar. Give me another one to grab her.
Would it be strength just to basically?
No, because you've got to try and grab her first, and then it's strength to see if you actually hold her.
So would that be just an attack then?
No, you need a dex to sort of grab a hold of her. So you're trying to grab her while she's running away. Yep. Okay. So you grab a hold of her. Roll me a strength.
Okay. Watch me roll a 1 now. Just look at what's around.
Okay, and she gets.
If she fights him off, I'll be very impressed.
No. She sort of yelps as you sort of kind of you just sort of lunge across the bar and grab a hold of her. And she's like, I'm sorry. It wasn't me. I promise.
See, Draken just picks her up, holds her, and just growls, talk.
The bar which was quite sort of boisterous and happy and stuff to see you all has suddenly got very quiet. People have sort of backed up, and the landlord sort of kind of, what are you doing? You look, leave her alone, you beast. She's done nothing wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally suck at intimidation today.
Yeah. So, Draken, what are you saying to her?
Draken just snarls, low and guttural. Talk. Why did you drug us?
I didn't drug you. I promise I didn't drug you. I was just told to give you these drinks. That was it. I promise. Oh, I didn't drug you.
Why?
We some man, he gave me a bit of money and said, give him these drinks. I didn't know I promise I didn't know they were drugs. I promise I didn't.
Was the man?
It was him. And she sort of points to a guy who quickly sort of kind of runs down the stairs of the babbling bat
Into the basement?
into the basement.
Oh, I'm going to give chase.
Yep.
And I'm
Okay.
going to call for Val as well, because he's on the right side of the bar.
Yep. Okay. All right. So, as they're sort of chasing off, the rest of you're in the house. So, Gribbon's sort of mumbling to himself and sort of looking at the guards and sort of looking slightly worried.
I will attempt to placate him with pay them no mind. They are purely under orders to watch the elf.
And what I'm watching is what he's going to be need. Oh, I've got the wrong accent there. What did I give him?
Man.
Say it again.
Sort of old man type.
Yeah. Fuck, I've gone into what was it was oh god, I can't fucking remember, mate. This is what you get when you drink a bottle of red wine before you fucking D&D. Completely forgotten his accent now. Fuck! What was it? How did they do it?
I think it was like, you'll not be coming in here now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, so
Matt
That's
needs like a little library of video, of voice clips.
yeah,
doesn't
I
he,
do
now?
need voice clips. Fuck, I got it in the back of my brain what it is, but I just can't get it out on my mouth. It's like, it helps what he's going to need. He can be very dangerous. He needs. He starts sort of fumbling around in his sort of his table and his sort of where his sort of things are and stuff, and he sort of kind of says, look, drink this, and he hands it to Tharaval.
Tharaval sort of takes it and looks at it and is like, "What is it?"
He says, "Drink it. Don't ask questions."
I'll nod to Tharaval in a hopefully reassuring manner.
I'm just gonna do insight on Gribbon.
Okay. What are you trying to be insightful?
Basically, to see if he's trustworthy or not. As to does he mean harm in what he's doing? Is he trying? Basically, I don't know whether he's just going to kill me because there's something in me, or if he's actually trying to help cure me.
Okay. Yep.
Balls.
Yeah, you don't know.
Okay, so Tharaval nervously sort of takes a deep breath and swigs back the vial of whatever he's been given.
Okay. You sort of drink the drink he's given. It smells relatively sweet. There is a sort of earthy sort of kind of texture to it, and not texture, smell to it. It's kind of it kind of reminds you of your homeland slightly, the trees and stuff around there. You're sure you've sort of smelt similar, a similar scent before. You drink it and you start to sort of the voice that you feel sort of in the back of your brain, sort of always sort of trying to reach out and talk to you, seems to dissipate slightly. It's still there, but it's not. You don't hear it properly. It's sort of like it's behind a door at this moment in time.
Okay. This drink, where have you got it? It's scented familiar.
He says, "This is This is I can't remember how many years since the Civil War. This is 200 years of research. That Ranger. It'll make you feel better, but it won't cure you. It'll take more to cure you of what you have."
Do you have more of this?
Unfortunately not. That is the last of what I had. I was going to use it for me, just in case. But unfortunately, that is it.
Could you possibly explain the elements of this drink that can help us if we were to try and recreate it?
Yeah, he says. He sort of kind of looks at Thomas and says, "Well, you've got the bloody books."
Yeah, there was something in the first book that had a recipe for something that would that could help.
Yeah. So you've basically got a recipe that sort of infers that it will it can be used to sort of slow down the change. It won't do permanently, but it basically gives you. It sort of gives you the sort of benefits of whatever the parasite gives you, but slows down its ability to overtake your body. So it's sort of, he sort of talks about it in the book and how he thought if he could, certain people, he could use this as a way to sort of give them special abilities and sort of increase their quality of life and sort of let them sort of live with this parasite without having to extract it, but eventually over some over months, some over years, would eventually succumb to the parasite, but it gives you sort of a it's sort of a recipe of alphusis oil, dream fur extract, and progenitor essence. Alphusis oil is the stuff that you...
I have in my backpack.
Yes, that you have in your backpack. Yes, you've got alphusis oil. Because obviously it comes from the alphusis plant, tree, which is native to your land.
Poison, was it not?
It can be used.
Yes.
It's got multiple uses.
So what was the last thing, Matt? Progenitor
essence. There is a sort of like a subtext. It's basically he says there is a gland within the he gives some weird name for the Iliad, Ilith, or what do they call it? Is that what they're called? Illithid, yeah. The illithid were they have a gland that secretes a sort of bluish liquid. And this seems to help with the this seems to help subdue the parasite. Okay, so let me just check this for a minute. What are we looking for? Yeah, we're looking for World Anvil again. Articles we want. The life, no, that's life tree. We don't want life tree. We want alphusis, which will be under. Is it under technology? Medicine. There we go. Medicine. yeah, so kill Alphusis oil. Oh, wonder if I can stick this in here. So see this. There we go. Alphusis oil is known as the Tears of the Ancestors. It's a sap that comes from the Alphusis tree, found commonly in the southeast of Freya, mainly in the kingdom of Lathalia, but sometimes found in other kingdoms. The sap on its own is harmless enough and has been used for many thousands of years as a cure for bad dreams and insomnia. But when heated and refined using special chemicals and with wildflowers, can be used to commune with the ancestor. At least that is what is believed. His communication is real or drug-induced hallucination is hotly debated, but it is potent substance. So potent, unfortunately, that too much can lead to madness. That is Tustatus sickness, which I named and cannot pronounce. Catatonia and even death is therefore used as a poison of sorts by agents of shadow who would seek to pervert the natural properties of their own malevolent means. Rules. I think it's just basically there's a certain amount of oh, there's somebody actually commented on her. Somebody actually commented on her thing, so I didn't realize that. There you go. Okay. So this is me ignoring World Anvil and people are actually looking at it. Oh, there you go. The Alphusis tree is a large, thick trunk tree, sweeping red foliage, found mainly in the Yathi region of Freya. The Alphusis tree is not a common tree in Alas, becoming less so as the corruption spreads, but it's strongly believed that its existence and safety is pivotal to the survival of Freya. Its roots run deep through the land, and some even insist the ancestral power that percolates through it feed the portal of Aberath and its tributary gateways. Okay, so yeah, so that you've got that. You've got some Alphusis oil. From what I understand, in fact, let me just check. See, I do have rules for this. I think where I put it. Let's try and find the Alphas. Actually, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Actually, it's not going to have a massive impact and stuff. So yeah, you know that if you take certain amounts of certain drops of it, it will it can sort of cause. It can cause problems, but it can sort of it can make you fall asleep. But it's effectively it's an opiate in a way. It can sort of help with pain, but it can also help with sort of visions.
Okay, so he said that this can help but won't cure. Tharaval asks him, is he aware of a cure without death of the subject?
Sorry, say that again.
Is he aware of a cure that doesn't involve death of the subject?
Of the host.
He basically sort of says that over the years he has tried many different ways to sort of extract the tadpole. Unfortunately, none have been successful. Through surgery, he's lost countless apprentices and volunteers to these trials. He says the only thing that has worked is a communing with the sort of kind of the tadpole itself, and persuading it to leave. And he says on one occasion he was able, while using his remedy, to sort of enter a dream state and persuade the tadpole to leave the victim.
This does not sound like an easy task, but would you be willing to try again?
He says to you, well, I guess, he seems a bit bothered and stuff. It's like he sort of he's come to this place to sort of basically retire and sort of not think about things, and there being lots of people around and stuff is sort of is flustering him slightly, and he's umming and ahhing, and he's like, I guess if I want some peace and quiet, I'll have to. I'll need some more of my my remedy. I'll need some more of that, and I'll probably need help from your mage, from your wizard friend here. I'll also probably need a intact tadpole, though I don't know where you're going to find one of these that isn't actually in one of your friends.
I believe I may know somewhere.
He says, right, okay, well, it's he says the remedy should keep you sort of keep whatever's inside you at bay for a while, but don't tarry, because it affects people in different ways, and our elven metabolism probably burns through this faster than others, so you need to be quick. If this thing changes you and changes your friend, we're doomed. This land is doomed.
I'll look to Mr. Grabbin and ask him where is the nearest place that we can get the dream foil, or the dream foil for the extract.
Sorry, man, my headphones just cut out there. Can you say that again?
So I'm looking for the dream foil.
Oh,
so
right,
that we can get the dream foil extract.
Oh, the dream fur extract.
Where's the nearest place that we can get that from?
He says it's basically the sap from another. It's a sap from another tree. It can be found. It can be found in. Let me just see. Yeah, but it can be found. Where is that map gone to? There we are. There are. He says that the Balinese, the dream fur is sort of kind of sacred to the Balinese, and that there are some of these trees sort of north across Falcross Bridge near the sort of abandoned portal.
I'll nod. Thank you.
All right, we'll show you actually.
Look, I know where I'm going next.
Everything moment. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Yeah, so basically where that little arch thing is in the middle of
Okay.
the map there, pretty much in and around there. Okay. He says to Tharval, he says, how much Althusis oil do you have, boy?
He takes out a bottle.
Got
That's what I've got in my notes, is a bottle of. Hold on, let me just double check.
Is that like a
I've-
bottle or a bottle?
It says Althusis oil in a bottle.
Okay. He sort of kind of looks at it and he says, how many of you are infected?
That we're aware of, 2.
He says, this may do for 2, maybe 3 people. At a push. I can dilute it maybe synthesize something similar to it from some of the herbs I have. But I just hope we have enough.
I will dig through my pack and find in my inventory I have a vial of illithid blood. And hand that to Dr. Grabbin and ask if that is any use in his for his potions.
When did you take the blood?
The one that was on the ship, the one that tried to eat my brain. I
Oh.
decided to take some of its blood as payment.
Okay.
I've got it in my bio anyway. So.
Okay. So he sort of kind of looks at the congealed blood that you have, and says, "What is this?"
This is the blood of one of the illithids. It's not the progenitor essence from the particular gland, but I wondered if it would be of any help at all.
He sort of kind of looks at what is, because obviously blood being left for too long, it just it doesn't really sort of. He just like, no, it's not going to be helpful, I'm afraid.
It's worth a try.
And he just sort of kind of goes, right. I suggest you get on your way and get these things, because time is definitely of the essence. And find your friends. If I don't have enough for your other friend, so he could turn at any moment.
Thank you very much for your help. We will hopefully see you soon.
He said, "Now take your guards with you as well."
Don't worry, they go where my friend goes.
So as you sort of leave, he starts mumbling and sort of kind of throwing his hands up in the air and sort of being generally sort of annoyed and sort of talking about, he just wanted to have a peaceful retirement and stuff like that, and general sort of curmudgeonly hermity stuff that he's sort of not sort of too impressed that there's loads of people in his sort of his vicinity.
Quite used to that.
Okay, so actually I'm gonna throw that in at some other point in time. 1 minute, let me just make a note. Roll me, actually, Thomas, roll me a perception.
Okay.
Okay, no. All right, you just sort of okay, you just sort of leave as a sort of as sort of Gribbon no, okay, no, I'll give it to you. So as you're sort of kind of leaving, you can see him sort of kind of just staring at you.
Okay, I will look back at him with a sort of somewhat quizzical look, and pause for a moment to see if he says anything.
He sort of kind of there's a moment where he's just staring at you, and then he just sort of shakes his head and sort of kind of walks off and starts mumbling again to himself.
Okay, I will remember that happened, but dismiss it out of hand for now.
Okay.
Bearing in mind that I grew up with a curmudgeonly old hermit, and I'm kind of used to their ways.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So, you sort of kind of leave, going back to the babbling bat. Right. So you're chasing the unknown person down into the basement. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
You sort of kind of run down into the basement. The what was formerly the sort of kind of ring, the fighter's ring that you sort of kind of remember from, I think it was like 3-4 months ago when you were there last. It's sort of being turned back into sort of like a beer cellar. Things have been moved around. It's still that sort of shape. You got that square shape and stuff. And there's the office on the left hand side where obviously some of the sort of the business and stuff is done. And then there's sort of kind of like beer kegs and things and stuff. Say that again.
Didn't that office have a secret tunnel in it as well?
Yes, it did have a secret tunnel in it.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna direct Val to go one way around the room and look, and I'll go the other way towards the office.
Okay. So do you want to roll me investigation then?
Is due to both of us doing it.
Yeah, that's right. So you sort of kind of, because you remember, and you're sort of like, you're pretty confident that there was a secret passage in this place the first time you were there, and it led to an old sort of shrine that was sort of taken over by cultists of Tiamat. You now feel that this is probably where these guys or this guy has sort of made his escape to. So you sort of you walk over to the bookcase that was there, and you sort of press the book. You remember from the last time you were there, you press the book, and the door sort of kind of opens, and in front of you is the opening of the catacombs, effectively, of the old temple that is underneath the babbling bat.
Okay, so I'm going to pause there for a moment, and then check back inside the bigger room to see if the others have found anyone.
Okay, do you want to roll me investigation, Dragon?
Okay. Investigation. Are you sure about that? Could have been intimidation. That's much better.
Oh, investigation.
It growls at the room until it spits out a lurker.
Exactly. Scare them.
Yeah, you're not finding anything as you're walking around the room.
Yeah.
Do you want to give me something for Val then? Do you want to just roll what is Val's? Do you know? Anybody know what Val's is?
No.
Not off the top of my head. Can't you look at your sheet?
Let me see. If it will stop freezing.
What are we looking for?
Val's investigation.
What law is this?
Investigation.
Is it
It's a there's no modifier. It's a 0.
Okay, so roll me yours, Draken, and just add 1 to it.
okay. What's the floor made of? Is it wood or is it earth?
It's wood.
Okay.
Okay, so he's not finding anything either. So they sort of kind of they sort of kind of look around. They're not finding anything. You can give me a perception check if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's not much better.
Okay.
Advantage
So
because Valishul and I did it together.
you're gonna be in separate parts of the area, I'd say. So no.
Yeah, but we're still doing the same thing, looking around the room together.
You can give me a perception check for him if you want.
Okay.
What's his perception?
Is
Better
plus
than
1.
mine. Okay, 18.
Plus, so 18. Okay. Let me just check something. Okay, you notice you notice one of the sort of out of the corner of your eyes, you're sort of searching around the place, that there is a draft coming from behind one of the barrels.
Okay, so I assume therefore that Val would indicate to Draken to come over, so
Yeah.
Draken does, and has to look behind the barrels.
Do you want to give me a strength check?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. So you sort of kind of move the barrel out of the way, and you notice that the it sort of kind of leads to a tunnel. It doesn't sort of, it seems to go kind of straight over and down slightly.
Draken indicates to Lancer, there's another one. How many secret tunnels are there in this place?
Please don't challenge the world to give us even more to work with.
So what are your thoughts here?
As
What do
happy
you...
as Draken is to charge off into like the unknown with an axe and screaming, "Come here, you bastards!" This almost feels like a trap.
It's interesting that we're in a situation where they try that and then they're in an area we already know to some extent.
To some extent.
I think in this situation, the reason I was coming in the first place before you even called was we may have a way to at least retard your new friend's growth. And we found the medic we were looking for, and they asked me to come and get you to come back so they can try and help you. So might I suggest at this point in time we shelve this particular argument or this particular discussion that we want to have with the gentleman, and I suspect they'll be coming back to us at some point.
This gives a distraction.
Yeah, or at the very least they need to come back if there's something they want from us. So we'll just be a bit more aware this time that they're about. And in the meantime, let's see if we can help you with your condition.
If they want me, they can just axe.
God, the puns.
All about the puns. It's all about the puns. So yeah, Draken just kind of take one last glare, spits sulfur into the ground, and then just stalks back up the stairs and come.
Okay.
To be fair, his puns are on a sliding scale.
Oh God! No more puns. No more puns.
How them they cutting?
Oh God! These puns are. I've got one for you. These puns are really dragging.
That had no bite at all.
Dragging.
I'm sorry.
Dragging. Oh God. Okay. Right. So, were the rest of you? Were you all going towards the abandoned portal, or was anybody going to try and go towards where Draken was?
I think it would make sense to head back to the inn, seeing as that's where we know everyone was, and we know that Draken hasn't turned up yet. So rather than Draken turn up at the hermit's hut unannounced, we should probably intercept him en route and all head off together.
Okay, so So you make your way. You're sort of kind of in the north eastern hut at the top there, basically, and you sort of kind of make your way down into the. You make your way down onto the sort of kind of main street towards where the Babbling Bat is. As you're doing so, you sort of kind of bump into Draken and Lance coming towards you.
And Val.
And Val.
I'm confused. Wasn't I coming to you guys?
Well, you were a while ago, but turns out that we now need to go and find some more ingredients for Dr. Grabbin so that he can synthesize more of his
Concoction?
Yes, and potentially, if we can get hold of another one or two of these tadpoles outside of someone's brain, there's a chance he may be able to perform a ritual to extract the tadpoles from Draken and Tharavol, and without causing them any permanent harm.
Okay, so you need Dream Fur extract and progenitor essence.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I know where to get the Dream Fur extract. We will need to track down one of these mind flayers and persuade him to part with some of his essence.
Did you want the essence in a vial or all over the wall? In which case we can let Draken ask him.
At least can I get a couple of vials worth first, and then do what you like with him?
If we clean the walls first, you could scrape it off.
What do you think I am, Egon Spengler?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So you sort of kind of make your way to across the bridge again. You sort of come to this. It's sort of an overgrown. It was sort of semi-cobbled with what looked like quite ornate sort of statuary and is it statuary? Statuary, yeah. Statuary, and sort of kind of mosaic for, but obviously it's not been tended to for a while. It's very overgrown. You see sort of looming in front of you this large sort of arch that has sort of some sort of scaffolding over it, but it's old and hasn't been sort of it doesn't seem, looks like it's been worked on for a while. It's sort of semi-broken and dilapidated. This was Balon's sort of kind of this is a portal that Balon had and helped them during the Civil War, but now doesn't work. On either side, flanking it, are these sort of kind of quite large fir trees that are sort of kind of seem to be sort of thriving on the sort of kind of overgrown area. Some are the sort of kind of vines from them are sort of kind of growing up the side of the sort of kind of old stonework.
Okay, so I will turn back to the rest of the group and say, we do need to get an extract from these trees, but please be careful that these trees are sacred to the Balinese, and we really can't afford to undo much of the goodwill that we've earned over the last couple of months.
Okay.
So
you sort of kind of go up to them. They're very large. You do notice. In fact, actually, give me a nature check. Would it be a nature check? Yeah, nature check.
Probably would be.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yep. You sort of, as you're sort of kind of walking around this large trunks of these trees, you notice sort of like a sort of amber looking sap coming out of the sort of kind of grooves within the bark.
Okay, I will grab. How many empty vials have I got at the moment? I've got 5. So I'll fill 2 vials with the sap.
Okay. You sort of knowing from your investigation that you sort of hammer in like a bit of old sort of you've got sort of like this little wooden thing from your like a little tap thing that you've got from
yeah.
You sort of put it into the tree, and the sap starts to sort of kind of run down it into your vials. It's not going super fast. It takes a while for it to sort of kind of fill up. But you eventually sort of fill them up after, about an hour of being there.
Okay. Okay, I'll look to the rest of the party and say, right, we have the Dreamfoil extract. We now need the essence of Mind Flayer, and I would suggest 2 of these little tadpole things for the ritual for the extraction from Tharavel and Draken.
Saravel says, where are we going to find more of these Mind Flayers? The last one seems to have lost his mind somewhat.
May I recall that when we previously got here, there was a certain set of tunnels underneath the bat where we found some trouble, and which when we were searching for someone who sought to get away from us, I found that the door is still there behind that bookcase in the office in the basement. Possibly we could try ranging through there to see what we could find.
Well, they did say they've been sowing their seeds under Balon.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we may encounter 1 or 2 of them doing the same under there.
Yes.
Okay, but back to old haunts. Are you all proceeding to the babbling bat again?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you sort of make your way back to the babbling bat, and you make your way downstairs. The sort of kind of there's a bit of a sort of whispering and stuff going on. The guards who were following you and stuff are sort of getting bollocked by their commander for being inebriated. And sort of not on their duty, and told that they're sort of, there will be consequences when they sort of kind of get back to when they get back to Taunt. You make your sort of kind of way downstairs. The landlord sort of just lets you, seeing that how many there are, and they sort of kind of the royal guards that are with you as well. He sort of kind of just lets you do your thing. You sort of kind of make your way downstairs towards the cellar. Where are you going? So are you going towards the bookcase? Are you going towards the the hole in the where the cellar, where the beer keg was?
May I suggest that now we have more people here, it's worth at least looking in that new tunnel while we have some people that can stay behind to keep an eye on things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, bearing in mind that the guards are supposed to keep an eye on Tharavel and on Draken, then possibly this would be a good time for those 2 to check out the new tunnel with Val, and then myself and Thomas and our friends will stay back here to keep an eye on things until they return, and then we can try out the other tunnel, which we already know about.
So Val and who's going into the new tunnel?
Tharavel, Valishal, and Draken.
And Ciravel.
Oh, and
Therefore,
Ciravel.
plus their guard, plus their guards.
Plus their guard retinue.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to Okay, so you there's a tunnel in front of you. Who's going first? What's happening?
Who goes first?
Stealthy bastard.
And
Sarah, who's going first?
Might I
Draken.
suggest the stealthy? Well, okay.
Yes.
We're not leading with stealth then.
So you're just running in then on your own first.
Basically going.
Yes.
Yes, right. Well, basically, after right, everyone, guys, do after me. 1, 2, 3, go.
Right.
That's
Just
fine.
Sorry.
before you jump down, Thomas takes Draken to one side and says, might I offer you something to help should you run into anything unsavory down there?
What do you suggest?
And I will
Oh,
offer that spell to Draken.
oh,
How long does it last for? Duration 8 hours. Wear an armor and protect magic. If you're not, the thing is though, you're wearing armor with this on it?
no, no, he doesn't.
If you touch the willing creature that's wearing armor, which isn't wearing armor, and protection magic force surrounds it until the spell ends. Target
Yeah, that
space.
won't work.
That's just basically it's going to replace what he
Oh, yeah.
currently has with his
doesn't
strength.
wear armor. Draken does not wear armor.
Target
No,
if the
basically,
target dons
So
armor.
basically,
Your base AC becomes 13 instead of 10, plus your dex modifier, plus anything else that you're wearing on top. Any
so
other
but
rings or
that's
whatever.
The thing is, his dex is going to be low, whereas currently probably what it's going to be is his base 12 plus his strength
Oh.
modifier.
It's base 10.
Base 10.
Mm.
So what's the difference between
Which
your
is-
dex modifier and your strength modifier?
What's strength modifier got to do with anything?
What? do-
So your
what-
your strength modifier is surely going to just to decide your current armor value.
No, it's your
Yeah.
dex. Dex always does your AC. Strength has nothing to do with it.
Okay, that's my bad then. So that gives him a base 3 increase in his armor class.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay.
For, only 8 hours.
only 8 hours. Okay, so let me just check something here. Am I going to use that one? Am I going to? Where is it? Where was it? This one? This one? Alright, I'll just describe it to you first before I decide which one of these I'm going to use. So there's it's it looks sort of kind of like it's being it's sort of the tunnel has been sort of kind of mined recently, or not recently at least. It's man-made. It's quite long. It's dark. It's long. It's dark, and I'm trying to talk loud so my dog doesn't hear his nemesis outside. And doesn't kick off, and that's fine. That's right. That dog just does it on purpose. It barks when it goes past my window, and then my dog destroys my windows. Okay, so it's sort of long and it's dark. It doesn't look like it's lit at this moment in time.
Okay. Draken grabs a torch and oh no, he uses his axe.
Oh yeah, okay. Yes, okay. So you're using the it's Daybreaker, isn't it? So you can
Daybreaker.
Daybreaker. So you can sort of use it to sort of do
Light
your
the way.
guide the way. Okay. Okay. Let me... Oh, this isn't loading properly. Come on. Why aren't you loading? Oh, what a pain in the ass. It keeps on sort of just going white and not showing me what I need to see. Sorry about this, birth moment. I'll try and... Sight. I may just have to describe it to you. Pain in the ass. Why is this not working? Let's see if I can choose something different then, something similar. Alright, I'll just use this instead. Today. Oh, actually, in fact, I forgot. Okay, so who's enter? How are you going? Who's going through first? What's happening?
I can go jumping in first.
Okay, you're just walking through then. What about the rest of yous?
Tharavel's going to go stealth.
Okay, do you want to roll me your stealth? Do you want to roll me your stealth then?
Yeah.
15. Oh, do you get advantage on that, or?
Yes, because I should have my cloak by now.
Okay. Did you give your cloak to somebody else?
So now saying I didn't have it whenever I was on. Who did I give it to? Actually, no. Oh wait, no, because is Glandra with us, or is she still at?
She's still at Camber Ford.
Okay, so Glandra's still got it. So no, I don't have it.
Oops.
Okay, so your stealth's a 15. Draken, are you stealthing, or are you just...
Yeah, Draken. I think Draken should stealth.
Okay, so roll me your stealth check. Though, bear in mind, you are walking through a tunnel with a big, bright axe, so...
I know there's so much I can do, I freely admit that, but I'm not noisy.
Okay, yeah, so you're as stealthy as a dragonborn walking through a tunnel with a big, bright axe. Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
You didn't see me!
Alright, is Ceravel stealthing?
Yeah. Where is his NPC Serval? Oh, did that not click? Oh. Try that again. There you go.
Okay, yeah. So he is going in third, is he?
Well, so I assume Draken's gone first, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, well, say...
Draken's a distraction.
Yeah. Tharavel and Ceravel will follow up next.
Okay. Right. Draken. Roll me. Roll me a perception.
Okay.
Okay. You sort of you walk on, and you hear a click as you sort of walk over something. As you do so, the sort of the entrance behind you, a large rock starts to sort of kind of fall over as something sort of kind of whatever the button you pushed has basically pushed it to sort of kind of fall over the entrance of the tunnel.
Can I react to this?
You can all three of you can react to it. Try and sort of either leave or carry on, basically.
Because if it's a dexterity roll, I get advantage.
Right, so bear in mind you're in a sort of a single file into a tunnel. So it's going to be Ceravel, then Tharaval, then you. So you're reacting. So they need to basically decide what they're doing first, and then.
Okay, so I'm assuming we've kind of gone past.
You're in. So you've walked into the tunnel. He's
the rock's coming down behind us.
Yeah, the rock's coming behind you. So and he's sort of set off the trap. You guys never learn. In tunnels, always check for traps. I wasn't gonna even ask you to do the perception. I was gonna just let you click the button, but I thought that'd be super mean. Yeah, how about just walking through tunnels and not?
I should have a Ceravel's got a passive perception of 20.
Well, that's lucky he's at the back and not at the front where tracking is.
Okay, so yeah, I think Ceravel's just going to nudge, sort of reacting. He's just going to nudge Tharaval forward, sort of believing that it's actually a falling rock, sort of moving him out of the way rather than sort of trying to go back underneath it.
Okay. So he sort of kind of pushes you forward. Draken, what are you doing?
How heavy is this rock, and could Draken stop it, given his strength?
You don't have a lot of time to think about this. It's just a big rock.
Okay,
Bear in mind.
Do that. Draken's going to try and just stop the rock. He's going to just basically use his get angry and just stop the rock.
Okay, so you will need to push past two people. You will try to push past two people and then get in the way of where the rock is, and then hold the rock. So I need you to give me 3 dex checks.
Okay.
So the first 2 to see if you get past sort of Tharaval and Ceravel in time. Okay, first one, yeah. Second one. No. Okay, no. So you sort of kind of push past Tharaval, but as sort of Ceravel's pushing him out of the way, you sort of kind of stumble into him, and the rock sort of comes down and blocks off the entrance to the tunnel. Lance and Val are sort of kind of standing, and as you sort of kind of see this, you see this sort of plume of dust and smoke coming from the entrance as it suddenly ceases to be an entrance.
I shrug. I sigh. I turn around to Val and Thomas and the others and say, it would appear that we're going to have to go the long way around if we're going to catch up with them, wherever the long way around gets us, because they aren't coming back.
Did Draken try and lift the rock?
Okay, yeah. Give me a strength check.
Do we want to give Draken a hand?
Yeah, you're. No. I'm going to say no, because it's a thin tunnel. There's not going to be enough room for you all to kind of start moving this thing.
No.
No, it won't budge. You sort of kind of go over. You try and push it.
Would 22 have done it if Draken was enraged?
No.
Okay, just checking.
If you got a nat 20, sort of, I may have sort of let you sort of do a sloth from the Goonies sort of moment where you sort of kind of back it up and coax Tharaval and Ceravel in between your legs. Draken love Tharaval. She sort of, but yeah, no, it doesn't budge.
Okay.
Have we seen this from the outside?
Yes, you have. Yeah.
Okay,
Hence, I
so
commented.
can we then go and look on the outside of that
Fireball.
wall to see if there's anything that would reset that trap?
Yes, you can have a look if you want. Yeah.
Okay, I'm investigating then.
Yeah. There's nothing. There's
We're all investigating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
Therefore,
nothing.
he has advantage.
There's nothing. There's nothing of any note to reset the trap.
I turn to Val and say, apparently we were correct to be a little bit cautious last time.
Can we see how thick this stone is?
You don't know the other side of it. It looks like a big rock. You know, it's just a big rock.
Is it separate from the rest of the wall?
It is. You don't know. All you are aware as there was an entrance there once. There is not an entrance anymore. It's covered by a big piece of stone.
Does it look different to the rest of the wall?
Is there a seam?
You don't know. You literally, it's just there's a hole in the wall where somebody's dug into it, and there's a big massive rock in front of you.
Okay, so I'm going to check the rock and see if there's a seam between the rock and the wall, where it may be where it's protrude, where it's appeared. Yeah.
As in, like a crack in the wall.
No, as in like where the stones appeared. Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's across the doorway.
Yeah,
It's
we're
not
trying
in
to
the
see
doorway.
whether that
If
is additional to the wall that runs either side of the doorway, or if it's all one wall now.
Oh right, okay. It's additional. So it's like a rock slide or something. I don't know. Whatever.
I'm going to shrink it.
Yeah, creature or object you can see within range to grow larger or smaller for the duration. Each creature, blah 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 blah. If the target is unwilling, if the target is unwilling, it can make a Constitution saving
object.
throw.
Yeah,
On a success
objects
spell,
don't have
to
will.
effect. This is a sentient rock. Okay.
It is not.
On a success, the spell has no effect. If the target is creature, then blah blah blah. The target size doubles in all dimensions. The growth increases. Blah blah. Growth. Where's the shrinking part of it?
About 3/4, 2/3. No, yeah, 3/4 of the way down. Target size is halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal.
All right. Okay. This reduction decreases its. Wait a minute. So the target's weapon also grow. While this weapon grow. Reduced. The target size is halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced to 1/8 of the normal. Its reduction.
Reduce it by one category. So it goes from large to medium, medium to small, for purposes of powers that affect things.
It's a creature
Size
target.
categories.
You can cause a creature or an object you can see within range to grow larger or smaller for a duration.
I can definitely see it.
Is interesting.
It's an object we see.
Do you have a pinch of powdered iron?
Of course I do. Have a look in my bio.
Do you have a pinch of powdered iron?
Of course I do. I went into this weeks ago, months ago, possibly even years ago. We went into a magic item shop. We helped out the owner, and he said, "Help yourself to whatever you need."
Yeah,
and I just basically grabbed all of the cheap components, the ones that weren't like this rock must be 100 GP and other stuff.
And then you tried to shrink a cannon, and it fell on you.
A pinch.
But I wouldn't have taken a pinch. I'd have taken a vial full, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Full of several pinches.
Stop ruining my fun, motherfuckers.
You started it.
Point out that D&D is a cooperative storytelling experience, not competitive.
Yeah. It's just annoying when I try to set story arcs and you fuckers think of stupid ways to get around it. All right, fine.
Have
Not
you met,
stupid, though.
have you met us?
You have a week between things to do preparation and research. You can see all of our inventories and our profiles. Matt.
Yes, but still, it's just, you forget these things. That's all right. Okay, fine. All right. So it lasts for a minute.
Okay, so we see the rock.
All right.
A minute is long enough for Draken to pick it up and chuck it somewhere.
Exactly.
It weighs an eighth of what it did weigh.
Yeah.
It weighs an eighth of what it did weigh. Okay, right. So fine. Right. So you shrink the rock. It's sort of it's still obstructive because it's only down one level from what it was, but it's not sort of you can see past it now into the other room.
Lots of time.
You sort of.
I'm going to try and push it towards Draken.
And Draken uses strength for 23. He just rolled to move it out of the way.
So where are you pushing it? Where
One side,
where it
so
came.
they've got enough range to. I'm going to just basically try to push it out of the entrance a bit, and I'm assuming he's trying to push it out of the way so he can get past.
Yeah.
So I don't manage to push it hard enough. I'm guessing.
But Draken, 23 strength to move it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're pushing it into
the rock has disadvantage on strength saving throws, just in case.
Okay, so you push this. Are you pushing it out into the room?
Yeah, well, that makes sense actually. To move it up because there's more space there rather than into the cavern.
Right, so you're pushing it one way while Lance is pushing it the other.
No, well, we coordinate because we can see over to each other. Because they listen.
Yeah.
Oh, are you
to-
coordinating?
Yeah.
I didn't hear any coordination. I just heard you rolling dice. And
You just heard us literally collaborate together about getting.
did
into the
I?
slot.
Did comments? Did they cooperate? Did they? There's. Did they? Okay, so you push.
Cooperative storytelling, Matt, not competitive.
When am I ever competitive in this game? You guys would be dead many, many times over if I was being competitive. And you know this. Yes. When? Come on. How many times have you had stuff land on you and I've given you numerous breaks?
And how many
breaks.
times when you've created puzzles and we've come up with a creative way to fix them, have you gone absolutely insane because we're spoiling your fun?
Yes, but it's good. I'm not, like I said, I'm not out here to kill you, but it's good to have a bit of a storyline which fucking works for once. Okay, right. So you push it out into the main room, and it sort of kind of clears the entrance to the cave. It then sort of suddenly pops up as it was,
A bit later.
and sort of you just have this big massive rock sort of in the room that you sort of in the beer cellar.
So I tap it and lean against it and say, "Has anyone got a really large piece of paper they need being held down?"
Worst joke ever.
Okay. Well, since I get this feeling that we all need to go down into that cavern, should we all go down there together?
Well, we're here now. We're here now.
So are we? When you say it's cavern, do you mean down the old tunnel or the new tunnel?
Down the tunnel we've just been down to. We just head down.
Okay, so
Well-
you're all going ahead with.
Can I suggest that Tharavel takes the lead with Ciravel?
Okay.
Unless you want the next rock to drop on your head, Draken.
I'm feeling very like rocks may drop on people's heads at this moment in time. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So we're going first then.
Yes. Okay.
Perception.
Okay. Roll me a
Matt
perception.
frantically starts upping the difficulty of all his traps.
Yeah. No. Oh, look at that! Look at that feel right there. But no, okay, yeah. So there's nothing else that you can see that looks trappy in front of you.
How far down the corridor can we see?
You can see, and I need to find your. Let me move this over here. Oh, where is that map? I didn't move it to the top like a fucking idiot. Oh, that means I've gone past it now. I'm on it, but you guys aren't on it. Okay. Where the frick? Oh, it's a square one. Play, 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 play. Oh my god! Stop it! My god, I'm on it here. Where the hell's it gone to? It's this one. Is it this one? Is it this one? Yes, it is this one. Oh, phew. That's right. Okay. Right, now I need to find your little McGubbins. Where were you last that I had you all on page? Oh, actually, I think in the map that we never used, you're all there, I think. Lance, Draken, Val, Ceravel is there, and Thomas, you are there. Okay. Copy. Paste. Right. Do. Boink. And we are going to come in over here, I think. Oh, of course. Not. How frustrating. Sorry about this. It's not letting me click on you guys. So maybe it's over. Alright, let's do that. Let's move you over here. Okay, so what? Who's going first? So you got Tharval
And Ceravel.
Ceravel. Who's in the next line?
Me and Draken.
Yeah.
I think I should be in the middle,
Okay.
along with Sally that we've forgotten about again.
How many?
I was going to have my ranger friend bring up the rear, but we've also got the guards.
You do have a load of guns. I'm gonna say, like, for brevity and stuff, there's not gonna be enough down here for. Yeah, you can have the guards here if you want. I guess it's up to yourselves.
Well, I'm not sure that they're going to want to get themselves in even more trouble by letting us wander off down a tunnel without them,
Yeah.
after having just got bollocked.
Oh god, this is gonna be a lot of people in a very small area.
Enough room to swing an axe.
Okay, I'm just for the sake of I'm just gonna say they're standing outside the thing. and waiting for you and stuff. If you feel like they are necessary to your whatever you're doing down here, then they can be there for whatever way and stuff. But right, so you got Draken there, Val there, Thomas. Okie dokie. And let me reveal. Okay, so let's see what you can see. There is a door that seems to be like a door right to you, basically where Val is, right to his sort of kind of to his right. There's like a door. There is also, how much can you see? How far can you see? How far can Saravel see?
I think it's 90, so it's 60 plus. Or sorry, hold on. Yeah, 60 plus 30 with umbral sight. Yeah.
Okay.
So 90.
Probably see that as well. Okay, so that is what you see, and there is a door beside where Valashil is.
Obscured by his name, presumably.
Yeah, obscured by his name.
And we perceive nothing in either what's in front of us or down to below us, to the right.
You didn't perceive anything to your you didn't perceive anything while you were in the tunnel. You can do another perception check here if you want.
Sorry, I'm confused.
You were
So
in the you were in the tunnel, so this is the exit of that tunnel that you were in.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, right, okay. Yeah.
Okay. You don't see anything sort of in the sort of kind of vicinity that you can sort of that you can see. You do sort of notice that there is sort of light sort of leaking sort of to the south. So if you let's see if I can draw it here, sort of. There's sort of kind of light coming in this direction. There is also a bit of light coming from underneath the door, where Valashil is. And that's it.
Why don't you put our ear to the door, see if we can hear anything?
Okay, so Val puts his ear to the door. Who rolled that? Did somebody roll something? Did you just roll something there?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, I thought some dice. Okay, so do you want to give me a what would be eavesdropping? Yeah, perception, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll roll Drakens.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not hearing anything. In the southern door.
Draken just shrugs and.
Okay, so Tharaval is going to move up to there. And he sort of motions for Saravel to. I can't move Saravel for some reason.
Why he is not who he should be. Let me see. Saravel, I've got him. He's got a sheet, doesn't he?
Yep.
Let me see. It's Saravel with a C, is it, or
S.
Yes. Syrevel.
Saravel?
Thought Wes was the one that was tired.
Yeah.
Or is that all that wine?
Yeah, we'll not go too much further in here. We'll give it another 10 minutes and we'll sort of kind of break on and stuff. There he is. There he is. Saravel. There he is. He is a... Oh, it's his hit points. We want...
Move now.
Yeah. HP... is his HP only 69? What's your HP?
74.
I see. Okay. Right, so you reveal yourself. Reveal areas. Has he got the same sight as you?
Let me just double check. Does he have umbral sight? He has dark vision. He does not have umbral sight. So he gets 60 feet.
Okay, yes, it's not going to be enough to see through there anyway. Okay, there's another door. There, you can kind of see it.
On the right, yeah, on the bottom.
On the bottom there. There's another sort of door there. And you can see sort of another part here. You sort of see round to a corner, and it seems to be another tunnel leading north.
Okay. Whenever they did the perception, was there any tracks or anything like that they could see, or would I do a survival roll?
That'll be a survival roll, yeah, for tracks. You're not noticing any tracks of note.
Okay. Tharball then makes his way back down to where Saravel is. There.
Okay. Rest of you can do something, and then we'll probably call it a night.
Jackie's going to quietly open the door and try to basically peek in.
Okay. You turn the handle. It's locked.
I turn to Draken and say, on three.
Okay. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Boot.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
With advantage.
Okay.
Yeah,
Advantage.
you can have advantage. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And you sort of kind of you boot the door in, this mighty sort of smash occurs. As you do, you see a room with where are they? This is being like super slow today. Stick him over there. Alright, okay. Let me just do that, and then I'll
There's something slowly emerging out of there.
sort of need to reveal it. I wish... wait, what's it called? Dynamic light work probably. It's maybe because of my internet. Okay, so you sort of kind of bash open the door, and this very, very surprised cultist sort of who's been sort of sitting on his prayer mat looks up at you as you sort of kind of go knock knock and sort of open the door.
Was that a mind flayer?
No, it's just a cultist.
Margaret. Okay.
Okay.
Do we get set? Bearing in mind that I was stood right next to them and knew that they were going to kick the door down. Do we get an attack before the cultist gets to stand
Yeah,
up?
you can have an attack on it first. Yes. Bear in mind it's a single file thing, so whoever sort of kicked the door down first goes in first, and
Well, we both were stood in front of the door kicking it, but obviously one side each.
yeah.
And
So
technically, my spells only need line of sight, so if I can see it, if I can hit it.
True.
yeah, but bear in mind
Simon?
it's a one-person door, so it's like one of you is just going to sort of, unless you're poking your head around the corner while they're putting the door in, which is unlikely. It's going to be
Okay.
one of you goes in first. Who's going in first? And what are you
Draken.
doing? Draken, you're going in first, and are
When
you
dead or alive?
just charging him?
Yeah, Jack's going to charge him. Do you want him dead or alive?
He's only a cultist.
Pardon?
Bear in
It's only
mind,
a
you can't have a full conversation when you've just surprised somebody. It's literally just do an action, or there's no conversation. It's you've kicked the door in. What are you doing?
Yeah, Jack's charging in and bagging him.
Okay,
And basically, essentially going to clothesline him. Basically, just poof,
okay, right,
bag
all right,
him.
yeah, all right, fine. So advance forward. Do what you're gonna do.
Okay, charge in and just basically bag him.
Okay. Is your are you meant to be above your normal hit points, by the way?
Yes, I am, because I've got the Amulet of Health, which boosts my Constitution to 19, and therefore gives me +1
Nice.
hit points for every level.
Okay, cool. No problem. All right. So are you're just hitting him? You're not hitting him with your axe. You're just
I'm not hitting the axe. I'm literally just grabbing him, slamming him down face first into the ground so he can't scream or anything.
okay. All right then. Give me a hit roll then, I guess.
So when you say a hit roll,
Just roll with your axe, and then if there's any modifiers for the axe, take them off.
okay. Would this count as a surprise attack?
Yes.
Okay.
So 19, you hit him. You do enough to knock him out. So you literally kick the door down, you charge him, and you do as you say. You basically clothesline him and you knock him senseless.
Okay. Jacket holds him up to Thomas and goes, "One for you."
Okay.
I'll step into the room and walk over and inspect said unconscious cultist.
As you, Tharavel, give me a perception. Okay. What was sort of pretty silent in that sort of kind of area has suddenly got louder as in there's commotion coming from sort of in front of you when the door's been kicked in, obviously creating a very loud noise in a echoey chamber.
Great. Tharavel sort of calls back saying, I think we're about to have some company because of you guys.
The door was locked.
Okay,
Leaves the
so
opening.
what are you doing? We'll do last sort of thing before we sort of call it for tonight. But what are you?
Jacken's basically binding and gagging the cultist.
Okay,
I react to Tharavel by running over to reinforce them.
okay, so you're running down to Tharavel and Ceravel. All right, okay.
So we can't see anything to the south of us at the minute, then.
You can see. Fuck, as well to sort of do this. So yeah, there's like there's another passage sort of leading down in that direction.
Okay. Yeah, I think basically they're just going to ready themselves for whatever comes around the corners.
Okay. Thomas, what are you doing?
I will step back to a nice safe point where I can see my friends and hopefully anyone that tries to come at them.
And once Jacken's finished, what do you call it, tying up and gagging the cultist, he'll just go up behind Lance and get his axe ready.
So you're just tying him up and leaving him there?
Have Valish look out for him, actually.
Is Val
Just
is he
yeah,
staying there with him, or
no, basically move the cultist next to Valishal so we can keep an eye on it.
so somebody's gonna have to carry him because he's unconscious?
Well, for the moment.
Yeah. Okay. So who's carrying him? Bear in mind he's got plate armor and stuff, and it's gonna be carrying somebody.
Well, Jacken can carry the cultist up to next to Valishal, then put him down, and then get his axe ready.
All right. So do that. I'll just stick him on 0, just so you know. There. Okay.
You can drag someone who's unconscious pretty quickly if you don't mind giving them a few bruises.
Yeah. So you drag him out of the door and stick him down. The noise that was sort of coming from the east suddenly isn't there anymore. You hear a sort of a low sort of kind of womp 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 womp.
And scene.
And scene. Yeah, okay, we can leave it there. So you basically, as you're waiting, that sort of kind of commotion, the noise dissipates, and you just hear this womp, 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 womp coming from the east.
I hope it's friendly.
Right, cool. All right, nice one. Yeah. Outsmarted again by the group, which is fine. Okay, so we'll leave it there. I appreciate everybody for watching. It's great to have is here. Adelaide, our regular, much appreciated. Thank you very much. For me, I've been Matt Geary. With me tonight has been Michael Tharavel.
Good night, everyone.
Dave is Thomas Moonstar.
Don't you just hate when you get that shrinking feeling?
Yeah.
Mark is Lance.
The door was locked.
And Pete as Draken.
Hit it with my axe.
Night all. Bye.
Good night.